evening, Platinum Presidentials. What an awesome privilege to be on the call with you guys again. Can you guys all hear me okay? Maybe you can just give me a sign, a tick or something. All right, awesome. I take it you guys can hear me. Okay, so let's just go right into it. I'm so fired up about tonight's call. It's going to be an awesome call. I'm really excited about this business period that we're in. And for those of you guys that don't realize it, we're in the middle of an incentive. So now is the time to be putting everything into it, you know, going for it, getting sign-ups, getting everything in, because everything that you're doing now counts, and everything that you've been doing since BP4 has been counting for the incentive. So guys, now is the time to go flat out for in your business and to make that cruise. I mean, who wants to go on the cruise? Maybe you guys can just put up your hand or give me a tick or something, because I mean, that's going to be absolutely awesome. You know, I want to give Chris a problem in getting too many of us to go, so that he has to go and charter more planes and more boats. And you know, I love giving Chris that problem. You know, he loves us giving him that problem. So so let that yeah. So straight into it, guys. We've got an awesome speaker tonight, and before I bring him onto the call, I just want to make a few announcements for those of you guys that aren't aware of the meetings. We had an awesome meeting. Who was at the meeting at Gauteng in Bedfordview this past weekend? Maybe you guys can just show me, because I thought that was an absolutely awesome training, and the speakers were just phenomenal. And I gotta just give it to you guys again. You know, you did an awesome job. Everybody speak on the stage here. I think it was so exciting. I think the people that attended and the people that presented and the people that left there went to the next level, because I could see on the people's faces, and they just didn't want to leave. You know, they just stay there and keep on talking and talking. I just love that. People sharing their dreams, and they've got such, when they leave those trainings, that's how I feel, at least. I'm sure you guys feel the same way, but when I leave those trainings, I feel so fired up. I feel so excited. I feel so inspired, you know, to go out there and build my business with gusto, even all over again, you know. So that's why I go to the trainings and why it's so important. It's just phenomenal. It's one of the most important meetings that we have on the calendar. Okay, so just to remind you guys again, this weekend coming up on the 21st, so it's Saturday morning, there is a training, monthly training happening in the Protea Hotel in Techno Park in Stellenbosch. That's the place to be. That's the place to bring your people. Okay, I mean, if they've signed up and they're wanting to build something, that's the place to get them, because guess what? You are multiplying your chances of succeeding in this business by 10 times just by showing up. You know, those who show up, they can make it in this business. You increase your chances by 10 times just by getting yourself to that meeting. So guys, that's the place to be. And I don't even have to promote it. I've been saying this over and over again, but you know, you should be hearing from your leaders, and you should be hearing from yourself that that's the place to be. You need to make sure that you're over there. Okay, that's the most important place to be. All right, so that is this weekend, and then guys, again at the end of this month, I believe Louis and Leonie will be in, Louis will be in Hong Kong again. I think it's the 29th. It should be on the calendar. Just go and check that out. So promote that Hong Kong event. I know they had an awesome event just past now, where they had Rob Sinnott there, and they had Sam Castor there, and everybody's fired up about Hong Kong. So hey, if you know anybody from the East, got to get them fired up there again. Even if you invited them before, invite them again. You know, get them started there, because you just need one or two key people that get fired up in that country, and in that whole part of your business is just flying. You know. And trust me, it works like that, you know. Okay, so like I said, I'm really fired up about this call that we're in. We've got the Super Regionals coming up as well in November. Just you guys, if you haven't made a date of that, you know, make a time and a date of that. That's in about 2 months' time. The dates are the 9th of November in Gauteng and the 16th of November in Cape Town. Same venues as last time. Gauteng will be Birchwood Hotel, and Cape Town will be the Lord Charles Hotel. So, guys, let's nail it. More than 500, 600 people. I know that Dr. Steve Nugent is coming again. Now, if you haven't heard this guy before, right? If you're brand new, maybe you haven't, maybe you're a regional now or you're a national and you haven't actually seen him live. It is a treat. It is an event to see Dr. Nugent live. And I mean, he's one of the wellness experts on the planet. I mean, he's one of the most authoritative figures on the planet in wellness right now. It is awesome just to see him, and let alone see him on a Manatech stage. So guys, that's the place to be, and we've got to promote the socks off of this thing. Okay, each of you guys as leaders on the call here tonight, we got to promote that event like crazy. I mean, let me ask you guys. Maybe you can actually say on the chat, just maybe type in the chat, how many people are you guys committing to bringing to that event? How many people are you committing to bring to that event in the Super Regionals? Maybe we can just get some figures. You guys can put it out there, because that's the place to be. Okay, and if we're going to get 1,000 people there, then each of us, if there was 200 of us there before or 500 of us there before, all we have to do is each bring 2 people, and we're in 1,000 people. So that's how we're going to fill that place up, guys. That's how we're going to fill that place up. So I'm really fired up about this next Super Regionals. I think it's going to be the best we've ever had, and I speak from experience out of that, because every time we go to a Super Regionals, it's better and better. When we're done with the next Super Regionals, I can say confidently again, it's the best one we've ever had. So it's just absolutely phenomenal how it works. And I believe the same thing's true for the next one coming up. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to introduce our next speaker onto the call. He's an awesome guy. He's a sportsman of note. He's a gentleman. He built his Manatech business, and he's actually quite. I like to say he's quite charismatic or charming. He's sort of got amazing people skills. Whenever I meet him, he's getting along with people. He's able to start a conversation with almost anybody. And I really got to take my hat off to you, Keith. I think you've got your master's degree in people skills. So, guys, won't you help me welcome onto our webinar, onto our Monday night Platinum Teaching webinar, Presidential Director, all the way from Johannesburg, Keith Ravenscroft.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you very much indeed. And a warm Johannesburg hello to all you people down in the Cape who are having a bit of a cold time down there. But thank you, Vince, for inviting me tonight to Louis and Leonie. It's an absolute privilege and honor to be on your webinar, and also to address so many great leaders and associates in our Manatech business. It really is an honor and a privilege. Could I just have a quick tick to make sure that I've been heard? Okay. Can you all hear me? That's great. Anyway, tonight my topic is all about self-control. And, well, before I talk about the fundamentals of self-control, firstly we need to realize that self-control is absolutely vital if we are to enjoy life. Self-control, self-discipline, and personal effectiveness are all linked together. And there are various categories which are linked to self-control, self-discipline, and personal effectiveness. And these are, number 1, character, number 2, tasks, and number 3, relationships. And I'm going to deal with each one and give a little bit of detail for each task. When talking about character, one must include several attributes which are so important in the leader's makeup of today. The first one is really about honesty, which I'm sure everyone agrees is so important in life. Wouldn't life be really great if every human being on planet Earth was truly honest? And then the second thing is integrity. We all need to have integrity. But integrity certainly speaks huge volumes when it comes to our company, Manatech. If ever there was a company with integrity, Manatech has it. And what an honor and privilege for all of us to be part of Manatech. Then another attribute is walk the path with Manatech. Let's start off with our founder member, Sam Castor. Sam Castor, was founder of Manatech and founder of Mana Relief. What he and his wife Linda went through in order for Manatech to survive and go into such a great future, they had to have tremendous courage. Let's talk about Manatech in South Africa. If it wasn't for Louis and Leonie, who had immense courage in what they went through in the early days, they really went down the hard road big time for all of us. And I just say, Louis and Leonie, Sam Castor, people like that have shown immense courage along that path. Another attribute is proper values based on absolute truths. And then another important one, I believe, is faith. We have to have faith in every aspect of our business. We have to have faith in our company, we have to have faith in our leaders, and we have to have faith in ourselves. We also need to be humble at all times. We all know that ego can creep in from time to time. Sometimes ego can be a positive thing, but in most cases ego can be a problem. And I always respect people who are humble. And if I look at all our leaders in Manatech today in South Africa, what humble people they are. And then another important, we need to have patience with others. That's all part of self-control. And I just look at, I'm sure we've all had many phone calls from new people in the business who have been on the product for a while, and they've either had a hassle with a delivery or whatever, and they give you a hard time. And that's where it's so important to have patience and have self-control and not to lose your cool with that particular person. And that's basically on the first part of the business. Control, self-discipline, and personal effectiveness is all about task. Now, in real terms, the task category simply represents the ability to get things done. I'm sure we all agree with that. No leader can ever succeed without the ability to execute tasks. It's as simple as that. Well, what does the task category consist of? Well, number one, it's the acceptance of responsibility. And there's no doubt that without acceptance of responsibility, we have no chance of ever becoming an effective leader. Then we have work ethic. And work ethic is just as important in life and even in the workplace. One will never ever progress in a company or progress in life without work ethic. And then, of course, as a leader, we need to be involved with availability. And if we're never available to both our upline and our downline in our business, we will never grow. In fact, it will result in our business going on a steady decline. Then we have the willingness to invest in time. Well, to develop leaders around us, a great deal of time needs to do that. And of course, a very important part of this category is a very important point is tenacity and perseverance. I'm combining the two together because I'm sure we all agree that to become a great leader in Manatech, every one of us have gone through adversities, which Louis always wishes upon us, and we also have met with obstacles along our paths to our dreams. Without tenacity and without perseverance, the chances of overcoming adversities and obstacles are not very good at all. We must always adhere to that common saying of when the going gets tough, the tough get going. The third category relating to self-control is all about relationships. And I think every one of us who are involved in this business realize that without a relationship in this business, you won't have a business. Relationships is all about no leader can ever experience, continues to approving of people, and then appreciating people, seeing the good in people, encouraging people, caring about people, and one here that I really like is putting others first. And I'm sure we all agree that doesn't happen a lot with people in life today, is putting others first. Even in marriages today, sometimes spouses can be very, very selfish and think of their own self instead of their partner. And then it's helping people to accomplish tasks, and then also seeking win-win arrangements. So, in conclusion, sooner or later, we are all called upon, and I say a definite yes. When I look at the great leaders that we have in our business today, and I'd really like to refer to the younger guys, Vincent yourself, JP, Kirsten Pierce, Peter Lowe. What wonderful young leaders, and the fact that they've been invited to go and talk overseas at the European Convention speaks huge volumes about the incredible leadership that we are blessed with in this country. And I believe that every single one of us on this call tonight are going to be great leaders in this business. We're going to follow in the footsteps of Louis and Leone, all the other top leaders, the presidentials, bronze presidentials, silver presidentials, great leaders. And I hope business. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Vincent. It's been an honor and privilege.
All right, thank you, Keith. Awesome, man. The sound was coming and going a bit there, but from what I heard, it was an awesome talk. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. There you have it, guys, from another presidential director, and an awesome teaching there on self-control and how important it is in our business. So thank you, Keith. Awesome, man. Okay, guys, well, there you have it. That's basically it for tonight for us, and just want to remind you guys again of those meetings. I did mention them in the beginning of this call, but guys, really, that's the place to be. The meetings are, you should have a strategy in place of building your business from meeting to meeting, and if you don't have that strategy in place, well, you're making it very tough on yourself to succeed. So I like to say, set yourself up for success right from the beginning. Don't set yourself up for failure, and the meetings is part of that. So, all right, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm fired up about this week. We are in the third week of the business period, so some time now to go for it, to nail it, to make things happen and focus and go flat out, because next week, Al Bella's got a wonderful saying, and he says, treat the first week as if it's the last week of the business period. I love that. You treat the first week as if it's the last week, and then you're sure to make your business fly from the word go. So guys, treat this week like it's the last week of the business period already, and let's make things happen. And now's the time to really put down and focus and make it happen, because next week you want to have everything in to get yourself over to the next level, and also start thinking about the following BP and booking your counseling sessions with your uplines and so on. So guys, this is the week to go flat out. Nail it. What does nailing it mean? Well, obviously it means showing the plan like crazy and showing the plan with your group like crazy, and also making sure that you are bringing people from your business to the meetings. Okay, that's a culture that's very important in our businesses right now. If we want to get the super regionals to be 1,000 and more people there, we need to get into the habit of bringing, it's like walk into the back of the room and say, right, how many people in my business are here tonight? That's the question. Don't just walk in and come in to be entertained. No, walk in to build your business. Focus on building your business. Walk in the back of the room and look at how many people are represented from your organization there tonight when you walk into the back of an opportunity meeting or a business briefing or a workshop or whatever. That's good business practice. And up the number. Start with 2, then go to 5, go to 10, 20. When you've got 20 people from your business coming to an opportunity meeting every 2 weeks, guys, that's awesome. Then after a while, you go to a super regionals and you have like 100 people there. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine 100 of your own people at a super regionals? How exciting is that? Talk about getting the ball rolling and momentum. Now, that's how you fill a room, and that's how you fill 1,000 people, 2,000 people. If every single one of your leaders commits to 10 people at the super regionals, hey man, you're gonna have an awesome super regionals. Your business is gonna fly. The next 3 months is gonna be absolutely amazing. So guys, once again, summer super regionals, that's what to look out for. November the 9th and the 16th. That's the event to diarize. That's the event to be working towards. Sell those tickets. let's just go crazy with excitement because it's going to be the best event we've ever had. So until next time, guys, have an awesome week. Stay fired up, stay incredible, and we'll see you guys on the call again. Ciao now.